Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6 a.m. on March 6th. Welcome to NewsWatch 12 this morning. I'm David Alvarado.
And I'm Brinkley Hill. We're taking a live look at Mount Shasta this morning. This view from the Mount Shasta Resort. We're going to check in with Storm Tracker 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress. And Sarah, I'm hoping that the rest of the weekend isn't going to look like that Mount Shasta camera. I'm hoping we're going to have a nice weekend like last weekend.
It definitely be more mild, more dry. So if you have any outdoor plans, hold on to them. We did figure out we do actually have outdoor plans if you watched us last half an hour, but I would hold on to them too if you want to get out there.
Sarah needs to work on her dancing because we have Dancing with the Rogue Valley Stars coming up, so I think that's a good start.
I'll maybe take some time this weekend to work out on that, but let's go ahead and take a look at what we can expect the next few days into the Rogue Valley. It is going to be warming up tomorrow into the upper 50s for your Friday, Saturday into the 60s. We'll be seeing with mostly sunny skies, but a live look out across the region right now. We are still dealing with mostly cloudy to cloudy sky conditions. Shower activity will dwindle out as we're heading through our morning. If you are traveling through the passes, do take some extra time, especially above 3,000 feet. There'll be slick in some areas, especially over east of the Cascades this morning, where we're dealing with that shower activity. Some lighter showers moving in to Medford. We should see that breaking up as we're heading throughout our morning, clearing out. But add to the bus, like I mentioned, do bring an umbrella with you. Could see a shower or two, but by the time you're heading home from school today, generally around the whole region, we could see some mostly sunny skies. Temperatures into the 50s into the Rogue Valley. It'll be warmer as we do head over east of the Cascades today as well into the 40s. Breezy conditions around the whole region, but we'll touch more on what you can expect for the whole day coming up in your next forecast.
Here in Oregon, some major changes are expected to impact the Veteran Affairs Office. The Trump administration is looking to make major cuts to the agency's staffing. Since President Trump took office, there have been many cuts to jobs at federal agencies. Now, workers at the VA are next to be impacted. In an emergency memo to VA staff, employees were notified about the agency's plans of cutting 80,000 positions across the agency. These numbers would put the VA at staffing levels that haven't been seen since 2019, from 482,000 down to a little under 400,000. One veteran says it's a gamble that the administration is taking.
Yeah, there's that gamble, then there's the tariff gamble. The tariff gamble is going to, oh, but I hope that one pays off. I see why we're doing it. I do. But anyway, back to federal workers. Yeah, it's we're hoping. I'm hoping that it'll be enough that maybe we can get our head above water, because if we don't, we are not going to make it.
Daniel Garza has been going to the VA since 2014, and he recognizes that decisions like these are difficult for himself and other veterans. He said on one side, the country needs to help lower the national debt, but on the other, there's now going to be thousands of people without jobs and fewer workers to help veterans. Garza also adds that since these cuts started, he knew it was only a matter of time before the VA would get cuts as well.
A local organization is focused on restoring and maintaining a healthy watershed.
They're telling NewsWatch 12 that the federal funding freeze is pausing a handful of its projects. Southern Oregonians rely on the Rogue River and its tributaries for more than just recreation. Rogue River Watershed Council is pausing 5 of its 7 restoration projects because of funding uncertainty. Briar Barr, the executive director for Rogue River Watershed Council, says these projects don't just have a positive impact on natural habitats, but they also help make sure that the water that's coming out of your faucet is clean.
We have saddled up to our computers and we are writing a lot of proposals right now to places that foundations, sources of funding that we haven't really tapped into in the past. We'll see how our story plays with them.
Along with cleaning up water before it gets to water treatment facilities, Rogue River Watershed Council's work helps restore the salmon and steelhead population and keeps floodplains wet so creeks and rivers still run in our dry summers. Now, the council is looking for alternative sources for funding. Businesses are warning of ripple-down effects from tariffs.
NewsWatch 12's Rocky Walker spoke with a local Mexican market about how these tariffs could impact their business.
It's a little bit scary knowing that, we will have to raise our prices here as well to be able to make, enough profit to keep the business running.
The response of a small family-run business to the 25% tariffs now instilled on products from Mexico. With majority imported products and an already low profit margin, they worry for what this can mean.
We try to keep our prices lowered, so people keep coming back, but we're not sure how that'll entail with what, the tariffs are going to be. They're going to say 25% now, maybe, 30% a couple months down the road.
Concerned that paired with already rising grocery costs, some may just choose to save their money.
If everything is starting to increase slowly, we are going to have to raise our prices, and nobody's going to want to try and, buy anything because of how expensive everything is getting.
In a rural area with little examples of Mexican markets and culture, there's already a fear that rising tariffs could cause them to shut down.
It's just a scary thought knowing that, our culture will get lost with tariffs.
While the store is currently stocked up, they told us that by the end of the week is when they'll be making their purchases to refill the store. The moment they start to feel these tariffs hit and move forward accordingly. So stay tuned to hear more about these tariffs and Senator Ron Wyden's reaction. Now, despite recent challenges and grants passed surrounding city funding, the Mobile Integrative Navigation Team, or MINT, now has a permanent home. MINT was able to secure a deal to purchase one of the buildings they've been renting for over a year. Despite the city withdrawing a significant grant earlier this year, MINT moved ahead with the purchase, using a portion of funds from local partnerships. City councilors have raised concerns about the conditions of the building, including mold, asbestos, and a leaking roof. MINT decided to move forward with the purchase anyways and is ready to tackle challenges.
Our intent was to partner with the city and work with them, but because of new changes in city direction and city leadership, that has been put on pause for now, but we hope to continue to work with the city and other nonprofit organizations within Josephine County to help support the unhoused.
Its new permanent location is just over half an acre and includes 2 buildings, one of which is nearly a century old. Despite the age of the building, MINT has already received help from local volunteers and contractors who have donated time and materials to begin necessary repairs. The nonprofit's future plans include adding tiny homes for medically fragile homeless individuals. Organizations across Oregon are continuing to address intergenerational addiction, and crews are breaking ground on Addiction Recovery Center's new facility. When finished, ARC will have 24 new treatment beds to help their residents combat substance abuse. ARC says this will help cut down their residential needs wait list, which sometimes gets as high as 100 to 120 people.
We're looking at 24 beds of residential services, which we feel are just essential for what our folks are really needing right now as they go and combat some of the more dangerous impacts of substance use.
Oregon State Representative Pam Marsh is one of the many local leaders who have championed for more residential treatment. She says cities and counties are looking for different ways they can utilize empty structures. Herself and other legislators are advocating for OHA funding, prioritizing projects like this one in the Rogue Valley. The $7.2 million expansion is expected to be completed by March of 2026. And we're continuing to follow the collapse of the North Medford gym roof. Selective demolition is set to begin on Monday. The initial focus for MSD crews is the collapse of the area of the main gym that you can see right here on your screen. Engineers will be inspecting and setting aside structural pieces to continue to analyze the cause of the collapse. Now to a traffic alert. Foothill Road from Coker Butte Road to Dry Creek Road will be closed to traffic starting tomorrow. That closure is going to start at 6 p.m. and extend through the 21st as crews are working on a failing culvert. Jackson County Roads and Parks said that construction crews are going to be working 24 hours a day this weekend to cut down the closure period. For more details, you can head to our website.
Between now and the end of May, the Jacksonville Fire Department is testing and performing maintenance on all fire hydrants in the community. The fire department tests all fire hydrants annually to ensure they are fully operational in case of an emergency.